you want to know the secret to becoming a master of persuasion? We've all been there, looking for that magic formula that makes us irresistible in any conversation with a woman. But let me tell you, Supremo, it's not about luck, it's about strategy. Well, keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to reveal 10 persuasion tricks used by the FBI that will transform the way you interact with women. These steps are like master keys that can unlock any door. It doesn't matter if persuasion doesn't feel like your strength right now, these steps will give you the power to influence with confidence. Let's begin. Number 1, the friend routine. Think about your best friend. Who do you trust more, them or a stranger? Trust is built on closeness and similarity. In other words, you trust people you like more than those you don't. In the FBI, likability is priority number 1. Agents don't yell or intimidate, they don't lie or threaten people. Instead, they build bonds. They give people a reason to like them and trust them, because that trust opens doors. Imagine how everything changes when someone trusts you. It affects every word they say, every action they take. It changes their attitude and opens them up. If you reinforce that trust again and again, people will start to reveal their secrets. In the FBI, agents aim to be as pleasant and trustworthy as possible, which is why they are intentional with every piece of their body language, manage their social habits and mannerisms, and use a variety of tricks to increase their likability. One trick, for example, is giving a compliment to the woman you like. We've all given and received compliments before, but few people realize how powerful a well-placed compliment can be. When used effectively, a single compliment can create a bond and a lasting sense of trust. But here's the catch, the compliment has to be genuine. You can't flatter people just to win their favor. If it's not honest and meaningful, your compliment loses its power. This technique isn't an advanced secret, but most of the skills on this list aren't either. The FBI rarely uses complicated strategies to gather information. They rely on simple but subtle techniques that don't require professional training. With practice, patience, and a handful of these tricks, you can persuade almost any woman. Number 2, the persuasion package. Persuasion begins with your image. The right image can enhance any persuasive tactic, from body language to verbal cues. Picture this. You walk into a store looking to buy something expensive. A salesperson approaches you, but they're wearing sweatpants and sandals, their hair is messy, and they have stains on their shirt. No matter how knowledgeable this person is, their image undermines their influence. People want the complete persuasive package: broad knowledge, a likable charm, and a strong image. People are far more likely to believe you if you have all three. That's why FBI agents take care of their image. They work out, wear suits, are mindful of their gestures, and actively refine their language. These changes create a stronger package and more persuasive power. Number 3, authentic connections. Many agents spend time undercover. They change their identities and pretend to live different lives. But even undercover agents never stop acting like themselves. Authenticity is a vital element of persuasion. If you want to win someone over, you need to be genuine and vulnerable. You need to connect with them on a deeper emotional level. Otherwise, your bond will never grow, and trust will never develop. You may not spend much time undercover, but authenticity is a powerful tool in any situation. To persuade a woman, you have to show her your deeper side, because every connection is a two-way street. If you're not honest with them, they won't be honest with you. Number 4, the 30-second rule. In the FBI, no one speaks for more than 30 seconds. Why? Because people can only digest a certain amount of information at a time. If you talk for more than 30 seconds, details get lost, the listener gets confused, and the information you need becomes unclear. Think about it. What happens when you ask a woman 10 questions at once? Some get answered, and others don't. But what happens if you ask just one question? That single question gets her full attention, so her answer is much more complete. So, if you want to be more persuasive, be brief and direct. Don't ramble on for 10 minutes, and don't dress up your questions with long, complicated language. Instead, use the 30-second rule. Get to the point and then stop. Number 5. Confessional paraphrasing. Let's say you need to change someone's mind. What's the best way to guide them in a specific direction? Paraphrasing can be your greatest weapon. Agents rarely add new things to the conversation. They don't give information or share their own stories. When they want something, they rephrase your ideas in a unique way. Why do they do this? Because paraphrasing encourages the speaker to elaborate further. When someone paraphrases their ideas, the speaker feels heard. They know the agent is listening closely. More importantly, they feel the agent understands them. No matter who you're talking to, people want to feel understood. When they feel understood, they grow more confident, start to trust you, and begin to open up. In the FBI, trust can lead to a confession. In your everyday life, trust gives you the advantage. Number 6. The Ransburger pivot. Imagine you're arguing with a friend. He tries to make his point, but he's wrong. What do you do when that happens? Most people jump on the bad ideas and incorrect facts. You might think you're winning the argument, but the truth is no one's winning anything. Their minds are too closed, their opinions too set in stone. By attacking their mistakes, you're not winning the argument, you're creating emotional conflict. In the FBI, emotional conflict is destructive. If a woman feels attacked or insulted, she'll shut down and stop talking. That's why agents use the Ransburger pivot. The Ransburger pivot is a 3-step process anyone can use. First, listen. Take in what your girl is saying. Don't focus on what's right or wrong. Instead, digest her points, understand her feelings, and let her finish speaking before you interrupt. Second, say something positive. When it's your turn to talk, don't focus on her mistakes. Start with a positive sentiment. Tell her you appreciate her ideas. Say, I agree with most of what you're saying, or, that's a really good point. These positive sentiments create a smooth transition to the final and most important step, the pivot. A pivot sounds something like this. That's a really good point, but I still don't understand why you don't have a boyfriend. You start with a positive feeling and then move to a specific detail you didn't understand. You're not fighting with her, you're not arguing, you're not trying to be right. You're asking for more information. So instead of working against you, the Ransburger pivot helps you work together, not as enemies, but as allies. Number 7. Conscious manners. Manners play a crucial role in persuasion, even in the FBI. It's strange to imagine an FBI agent saying, please, or thank you to a criminal. Aren't these agents supposed to be aggressive and intimidating? Unlike in the movies, agents don't intimidate the people they interview, even if they're criminals. They want accurate information, so they need to establish a good rapport with that person. The other person needs to feel valued and respected. That's why agents never forget their manners, no matter who they're talking to. Number 8. Slow down. Persuasion takes time. You need to build a connection, win the other person over, and get to know them while they get to know you. No one reveals everything the moment you walk into the room. Yet, people expect persuasion to happen instantly, and when it doesn't, you might get frustrated and become aggressive. But if you cross that line, you'll ruin the relationship you've built. So, slow down, take your time, ask questions, and gather more information. If you rush, not only will you damage your relationship, but you'll also miss valuable signals and body language. Small details will slip by because you're thinking 10 steps ahead. Number 9. Potential responses. You have a question that needs answering, but so do they. How do you navigate this situation without revealing too much information? FBI agents use potential responses to get information without giving away anything. A potential response might look like this: I can answer that question, but first, tell me what you did today. You start by addressing their question, confirming that you're listening and letting them know you have the answers they're looking for. Then, you turn your answer into a trade-off. You'll give them what they want, but only if they give you what you want first. Most of the time, that's all the incentive they need. Even though you haven't answered their question, you're giving them the illusion of certainty. They want to know what you know, so they'll exchange the information you need. Number 10. Incomplete questions. Many people ask open-ended questions. These questions pave the way for honest and detailed answers. But there's a big problem with open-ended questions. To ask a specific question, you have to make an assumption. For example, you might ask, "Why did you get so mad?" This question could trigger an adverse reaction. Instead of answering your question, the other person may get defensive, making the conversation unproductive. How do you avoid these destructive assumptions? Instead of open-ended questions, use incomplete questions. You can say, when your friend asked you, "You felt," but stop there. Let that woman complete the sentence, explaining exactly how she felt. Why do these questions work? They invite her into your question. You're still asking the same thing, but you'll never trigger a defensive response. Imagine you're in an important conversation, trying to understand the person you're talking to. By using incomplete questions, not only do you avoid harmful assumptions, but you also foster an environment where the other person feels heard and understood. This is crucial for building an authentic connection and moving forward in any dialogue constructively. Did you already know these secret persuasion techniques to attract women? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, I want to invite you to watch the next video, where you'll learn 15 signs women give when they like you. Thanks for being part of this community, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe. See you soon, Supreme.